Have you ever heard the saying by Abraham Lincoln that a lawyer's time and advice are his stock in trade? Well, Abe never met Al. Who is Al, you ask? Al is my ChatGPT bot. See, I named him Al because when you type out a capital A and a small letter L, it looks like AI. In other words, it's kind of hard to know where the human part ends and the technology begins. So I call my ChatGPT bot Al. In 1975, I want you to think about what a day in the life of a support person looked like. A paralegal, a secretary, an executive secretary. She was going to an office, maybe in downtown Dallas, wearing a skirt, a blouse, and sensible heels, maybe even a jacket. She showed up to her desk with legal pads, carbon paper, manila folders, and a gigantic Rolodex of phone numbers. She would go into her boss's office, she would take shorthand, and then she would return to her desk, type on a manual typewriter the letters that were dictated to her. She had a phone on her desk that had hold buttons, and people actually called her on those phones. Her best skills were her speed typing, her accurate filing, and her tickler organization system. Her boss said that her best skill was reminding him of his wife's birthday and his hearing all in 1 week. Her value was that she didn't manage the information system, she was the information system. Well, fast forward 50 years to paralegal or a support staff in the 2020s. She walks into glass-walled offices. Her phone still has hold buttons, but very few people call on it because we use Zoom now. Instead of a tickler system that's handwritten, she has a task management dashboard and uses it constantly. She scans documents, she manages PDFs, she tracks calendaring, and she uses billing codes. The tech provides efficiencies, but it has also multiplied the expectations of her. Her value is no longer in her memory and her organization skills because those skills have been replaced by technology. Her value is now in the execution and the multitasking. With all of the efficiencies that technology has provided her, she still always feels behind. Now let's imagine a day, maybe even just 5 years into the future. Our same support staff, our same paralegal, she goes into an office and it probably looks a lot the same as it does in the 2020s, except everything has changed. When she gets to work, the AI system has already summarized the emails, drafted the responses to the discovery, generated a client update, and all of those things are just waiting for her to review. She no longer types memos, she edits the ones that AI types. She doesn't calendar deadlines, she monitors the deadlines that the AI system calendars. Her value is no longer in organization or execution. Her value now is in discernment. The office, it's quieter, it's cleaner, it's faster, but now it's lonely. The AI system has replaced so many of her coworkers. She no longer has the chatter across the cubicles that may have annoyed her in the past. Did the machines really save us time and money, or did they steal the soul from the company? AI is really just technology that learns from data and then makes predictions or decisions on its own. That's what AI is. It's really not complicated. We already have AI. We already know it exists. Netflix, every time it recommends a show to you, that's AI. Every time your car gives you a warning to stop before you hit the car in front of you, that's AI. Every time your cell phone recommends something to you because it, quote, overheard you talking about it, that's just a complex AI system predicting what you want to see. AI isn't new. AI has existed since the 1950s. But what's happened in the last 2 or so years is that AI got economies of scale. So it's kind of like in the 1900s when electricity finally got cheap enough that it could go to every home in America. When it finally made it out to the country, that's kind of where we're at with AI now. Artificial intelligence has just finally gotten economical enough that it's accessible to everyday people. ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini for Google, those are the accessible artificial intelligence, but it's really existed for quite a while. AI is just our modern day electricity for the intellect. But here's the problem. AI isn't replacing the humans. AI is replacing the middle layer of our workforce. That layer between the leaders and the labor. It's that middle layer that interprets and that organizes. You know, our businesses have always been arranged like a pyramid. You have the executives at the top, you have the support at the base, and in the middle, you had the translators, the people that took the information, the base information, and translated it up to the executive level. It's those translators, that middle layer, that are being replaced by the AI. I've got 5 stats for you. Stat 1, 300 million jobs will be disrupted worldwide by artificial intelligence. Stat 2, 2/3 of paralegal jobs and about 1/4 of lawyer jobs can be automated today. Even if they're not automated today, they can be automated today, which is a signal for what's going to happen tomorrow. Stat 3, 80% of the tasks handled by a CPA can be automated and handled by a machine. Stat 4, within the next 10 years, 30% of all management roles will be gone. And stat 5, estimates are that worldwide, 50% of the workers worldwide will have to be reskilled within the next 2 years. Those are some pretty sobering statistics, wouldn't you say? The efficiency of the technology, like it's breathtaking. But so is the emptiness. Like the emptiness on the human side is also breathtaking. Think about this middle level of professionals that are standing at the cliff of automation. And some of them, they don't even know. They don't even know that they're standing at the cliff of automation. So what are we supposed to do about it? Have you ever heard the saying, my mama used to tell me, you don't have to outrun the bear, you just have to outrun the slowest guy next to you. Well, translating that to artificial intelligence, you don't have to outrun the machine. You just have to outrun the people that are standing still, ignoring the technology. So what I would tell you to do is 3 things. 1, understand it. Don't be scared of it. Understand it. Try out the tools. If you haven't tried ChatGPT, if you haven't tried Midjourney, if you haven't tried Gemini, try it out. Start experimenting with it and get familiar with it. Take some of these courses that are available online that can teach you about the AI. If you don't know anything, start somewhere. You have to start. Number 2, reframe your value. We have to stop measuring our value in hours and in tasks. We have to start measuring our soft skills because computers, They can replace a lot of things, but they can't replace the soft skills. They can't replace empathy. They can't replace trust. They can't replace emotional intelligence. So those are the skills that are going to be valuable going forward. So you need to reframe your value. Instead of valuing your ability to be task-oriented or your ability to bill by the hour in the lawyer world, you need to turn into an empathetic worker or a wisdom worker. Add value by adding empathy, by adding the soft skills, adding the wisdom. And number 3 advice of what do you do? Systematize what you know. Every one of us has a method that we do our jobs with. Whether you really know it or not, whether you're cognizant of it or not, we all have a method by which we do our job. You need to think of what that method is. If you're a paralegal, do you have a method of how you run a case, how you go from filing a petition to doing discovery, to getting ready for trial? If you're support staff in some other way, how do you do your job? What is your system, your unique system? You need to turn your knowledge into a system and then use that system yourself so that you are future-proofing your own skills. You can show through your own system, like, I do my job differently because I have this system, and you'll prevent yourself from being overtaken by the technology through your unique system. You can then use the technology to help your system instead of the technology overtaking you. I believe that artificial intelligence won't erase human value. It will reveal it. In other words, AI cannot replace the emotional element of humans. It cannot replace judgment of humans. It cannot replace the wisdom of humans. AI can replace some of the tasks that humans do, but it cannot replace the human value. It will actually underscore and reveal it. I believe that courage is the new credential. Learning new things is scary. Change is scary. But it takes courage to go and experiment and learn these new things and evolve into the person who can handle the new tasks and the new technology. I believe that reinvention is not betrayal. You don't have to lose yourself just because you evolve. You don't have to forget who you are just because you elevate. You don't have to lose your identity just because your identity changes. Returning to President Lincoln and his time in trade. Abe never met Al, the chatbot. Time is no longer the trade. Judgment, adaptation, emotional intelligence, those are where the value is going to be in the future. The value will be conquered by the professional who uses AI to multiply their abilities and their impact, not mask their insecurity. The middle layer of our workforce, it may be disappearing, but the top is wide open for those who want to learn. I almost didn't even record this video because it feels so much like betrayal. It feels like I'm telling the world like some big secret, except it's not a secret. It's a reality. Like, AI is here and it's happening. And the sooner that each of us get on board and learn and adapt and improvise our skills into incorporating the artificial intelligence into our systems, the sooner that we will make it our friend, not our enemy. If your plan is to outwork the robot, you have already lost the game. If your plan is to outthink the robot, then welcome to the future.